Honorable Brantley, it's a pleasure to be here with you. Let's dive right in. We're here at ICE. When you're meeting with operators, when you're having all the meetings, I'm sure you have a very, very busy schedule. Once the meeting is over and they leave your stand, what do you want them to remember? What are they taking away?
So as the leader of the island of Nevis, I've come a very long way. I traveled over 4,000 miles to be here for 48 hours. I left the warmth of the Caribbean for the cold of Barcelona. And the reason that I'm here is really to show how serious and how committed we are. So for those who speak to us, when they leave us, I want them to think that we are a serious jurisdiction, that notwithstanding we're fairly new to the industry, the skill sets, the foundation that one requires for this industry, we're not new to that, because Nevis has been a financial services jurisdiction now for over 40 years. We therefore have the right global understanding of compliance, of due diligence, of anti-money laundering requirements. We are regularly assessed by the FATF and others. So we are very familiar with the world of compliance. And we think compliance is really the bedrock of trust. It's the bedrock of confidence, and all business. This business and every other business requires trust and confidence. So for us, we have a good cadre of professionals, lawyers, accountants, compliance professionals. And so we felt that moving into gaming was a logical step for us, for which we are prepared.
Yes.
And so for those who are interested in doing legitimate business, those who are interested in joining us and really taking a long-term view, because what we're trying to do here at ICE is to really announce to the world that Nevis is here, that we're in business, and that we're serious about building out a genuine long-term business.
Yes.
And so developing partnerships that are long-term and that will help us grow and develop. That's our objective.
Yeah. So you're focusing more on establishing something stable, taking your time. And I think this is, from my humble opinion and from what I hear the industry talking about, I think this is perhaps not the strongest point of politicians, that they take things slowly. I think it's a real step in the right direction. I recently saw a video that you did personally, addressing operators. Can you talk to me a bit about that?
Well, certainly, as I say, this is for us a coming out party. This is an announcement to the world. I want operators to understand that as a jurisdiction, we're serious about what we're trying to do and what we're trying to achieve. But I also want the right operators to get my message, because we're looking for the right partnerships to advance this industry.
What does a right partnership look like?
The right partnership looks like an operator, a professional firm, a company that's interested in building with us, in sharing their expertise with us if they are established, but even if they're a startup, to engage with us and to grow with us, to share our commitment to doing this, but doing it the right way, to do it responsibly.
Yes.
I am not interested in any reputational risks or any reputational loss for the island of Nevis. I'm interested in building something that's world-class, something that whenever it is mentioned, people can say, yes, this is a product that we can trust.
Yes.
And so to your comment about politicians sometimes preferring to be quick, I think maybe that's informed by my own perception and how I see myself as a politician. I see myself as being on the stage to do what I can for the time that I'm allowed. And then to hand something over to the next guy that is functional, that is workable, and that is buildable and scalable. So I'm at the ground floor right now. In a few years, somebody else is going to be there, and I want to leave them something that really brings significant value to the island of Nevis. So for me, I'm a caretaker, and if you view it that way, you're not so concerned about rushing it, you're more concerned about getting it right.
Yeah.
And so that's our objective.
You mentioned that you want to attract both established operators and perhaps startups. How challenging or how easy is this to have regulation that attracts both, but it's also doesn't give an unfair advantage to either one or the other.
I think established players are always going to have an advantage. They have the advantage of scale, they have the advantage maybe the level of investment they can make, and they have the advantage of the expertise oftentimes that they bring. Many of the people we've spoken to since we've been here at ICE licensed throughout the world. Many are significant players throughout the world. So it would, for us, be a tremendous coup to attract that type of individual to Nevis. Startups might be easier in the sense that these are people who, like us, are starting up and want to engage and to build. But I think that at the end of the day, once people understand what the rules are, once they understand that in this jurisdiction, we're prepared to respect the business relationships, we're prepared as a government to get behind it, that we have a stable jurisdiction, respect for rule of law, very clear, and predictable outcomes in terms of legal issues, common law based. I think that it builds confidence. And I come back to that word because to me, trust and confidence are critical if we're going to build this relation. As a politician, I know trust and confidence is important. My constituents must have trust and confidence in me. And equally, I think the business community has to have trust and confidence in us as a jurisdiction. And that is why I didn't send an aide, I didn't send an assistance. I came personally to Barcelona because I said it's important for that message to go out from the very top of the government.
Committed.
That we are committed to doing this.
I don't think you can be doing it
right.
I don't think there can be a stronger show than this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When it comes to operators, of course, the bottom line is always money.
Yes.
What is the bottom line for Nevis?
I think the bottom line for us is building out this industry in a way that can create jobs for our people, that can create economic growth, GDP growth. Let's face it, we're sitting in Spain at the moment, which is a bit removed from where I live in the Caribbean. Where I live in the Caribbean, the United States is our big partner to the north. The Caribbean is the third border of the United States. And let's also be honest, the US has become far more, shall I say, hostile to immigrants and to people from all around the world who are trying to go there for a better life.
Yeah.
I'm actually advocating a different approach for the Caribbean and certainly for the island of Nevis. I'm saying to our people, let's make the best life we can here at home. Let it not be said that moving abroad was your only option.
Yeah.
Let it be said that you had opportunities in the country of your birth.
Yeah.
And so that hopefully 20, 30, 40 years from now, when I'm gone, there will be individuals who have said, listen, I made my professional life, I raised my family, I had a good life on the island of Nevis. Why? Because there was a leader at some point who took the decision that we must create opportunities in Nevis.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying to our youngsters who are into tech, I'm saying to our youngsters who are interested in digital currencies and crypto, I'm saying to our youngsters who are coders, who want to be part of this industry, because there's so much more to this industry than just gaming. There's all the infrastructure that goes with it. So I'm saying to them, we want to create that ecosystem so that you could have a life right here, you can have good paying jobs right here, and you can have your families in what I consider to be one of the best places in the world to live and work, which is the Caribbean. And I say the Caribbean is the most beautiful place in the world, and Nevis is the most beautiful place in the Caribbean. My Caribbean friends may argue with me, but I'm confident that if you were to visit, you would agree with me. We have a very, very special island, a very special place. And that's one of the things, perhaps one of the intangibles. When I talk about the jurisdiction and I want to do business there, it's also a place I think I want people to visit.
Yeah.
There are people do business in lots of places that they don't necessarily want to visit. But I want you to visit, I want you to come, I want you to feel the warmth and the hospitality of the Caribbean and the island of Nevis.
I see a lot of parallels from what you're saying to, of course, I'm Maltese, so I see the parallels of how the whole online gambling industry and the regulator was built over the years. And there are quite a few parallels there. But
except I think we have better weather.
Yes. Well, currently,
Currently.
for sure.
Yes.
Currently, for sure. This is an industry that's heavily regulated,
Yes.
but the cultural and popular perception sometimes is not positive. Do you feel that this is a challenge for what you're trying to do in Nevis?
It is a challenge, and that's why at several points during this interview I've emphasized reputation, I've emphasized doing things responsibly,
Yeah.
and the type of partners that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Because they're bad actors, and they're bad actors in every sphere. For us, it's important to get the right partners, and that's why I go
Yes.
back to that language,
Yes.
because I think that helps us in terms of what we're seeking to achieve. It's not easy, but I don't think any venture that's worthwhile has ever been easy.
Of course.
It's about committing to it. It's about building. We're coming to this late in the day when we compare ourselves to some other jurisdictions. But one of the things that come in late in the day does, it allows you to look at the mistakes that have been made elsewhere and
Yes.
not to make those same mistakes.
Yes.
So one of the things we have done is we've created a sort of a portal through the Nevis Online Gaming Authority where all applications are funneled through that portal. That due diligence is done at a very, very high level. And that a recommendation then comes after that to the regulator. The regulator then has a second pair of eyes, if you will, looks at it. And only if the regulator is satisfied does the regulator then make a recommendation to the Minister of Finance. So we have checks along the way. And what we've thought was the most appropriate approach is to set the bar really high at the outset. So we're hoping to weed out those from the outset who
Yes.
clearly do not qualify and
Yeah.
do not pass muster, if you will.
Yeah.
And then we also have an annual licensing regime. So if somebody gets a license, and then were to misbehave in some way, then certainly they can't look forward to a renewal of that license.
Yeah. Of course.
So the system that we've set up is not foolproof. I don't think any system is foolproof, but I think what we have in Nevis is a commitment of the government to see this done, to see it done properly,
Yeah.
and to ensure that we build something that's world class.
Now, what about the reputation internally? How do the people of Nevis look at this fact that Nevis is opening up?
I think that our people see this as an opportunity.
Okay.
There's a need for more opportunities at home.
Yes.
I mentioned the hostility to immigrants. So our young people, especially as they go off to study, many go to America, in Europe for their education. We want them to come home. We want them to be able to contribute to the land of their birth, in
Yeah.
the land of their birth.
Yes.
And we cannot, in good conscience, say to our youngsters, come home, unless we have something at home that they can
For
do
them to come back.
and meaningfully.
Yes.
And so we're saying that instead of going to Malta and working in the gaming industry, then come home and work in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Provide us support, set up small businesses, do the necessary, because again, a lot of people see this as just about people placing bets.
Exactly.
There's so much more to
Exactly.
this industry than that,
Yes.
you know? So
Yes.
for our youngsters into tech, our youngsters into fintech, our youngsters who are just coders and computer savvy
Yes.
youngsters,
Yes.
there's a host of opportunity here.
Yes.
And that's what I think
Yeah.
our people are looking for.
Yeah, it's about creating a whole ecosystem.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
And we have great examples. You have Malta, you have the Isle of Man, you see what they've done. And I
Yeah.
think that we can do it just as well.
Yes. When you think that for Malta, the gaming industry contributes around 10% of the GDP, that is
Significant.
very significant.
absolutely.
Very significant. I want to come to my last question. We're in 2026. If we're sitting down again 5 years down the line, what do you want the discussion to be like?
But perhaps 5 years down the line, I'll be speaking to you about my retirement. You know, how wonderful it is to sit on the beach with a cocktail, you know? I think the conversation I would like would be the ability to say to you that we were there at ICE Barcelona 5 years ago. 5 years on, here's where we are. That, in fact, we have realized some of that ambition that I expressed here today
Yeah.
in terms of the island emerging as a global player, a tier one player.
Yes.
Our ambitions are not shaped by the size of our island. Our ambitions are shaped in terms of a global ambition. We want to be a serious player in this industry. We want to attract serious partners. And we want, hopefully in 5 years, to be able to tell you that, like Malta, this is contributing significantly to our GDP, contributing significantly to the quality of life. It is helping us as a small island state to realize our sustainable development goals, and that our people are happy, our people are prosperous, our young people in particular are gainfully employed, and we're seeing now a net movement of people into our island instead of a net movement out.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Honorable Brantley, for the time. And I would be remiss not to invite you to one of our Sigma events. It would be an honor to be able to host you on a Sigma stage.
And I'm told that Sigma events are exceptional, so
They
we
are.
look forward. I think my team will be in Dubai.
Perfect.
So who knows? Perhaps soon.
Yeah.
Sao Paulo, maybe Dubai, one of those areas.
It would be a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your time as well. Thank you.